Hello. Wait. Hello. So this is a response to Spooky University, the topic of preferred living arrangement or preferred environment. And the general idea of it was to find out about where you like to live, what kind of furniture you like, what kind of house you like, things like that. So, to the temperature that you prefer. My preferred temperature is about just under around 60 degrees, somewhere between maybe, say, 57 and 65. Hi, Luna. Do you want to help? You want to help me? She always wants to be in the video. I made you your dinner. So I guess spring or fall, those would be my two favorite times of year, depending on where I am in the world, right? But in Chicago and in Kansas City, those are the times of the year when those temperatures are around. So those will be probably my preferred temperatures and my preferred seasons. Definitely fall, right, Luna? Yeah. Preferred house. So we had this house one time, and it was a pretty big house. It was 4 bedrooms, and it was about 80 years old, maybe a little older than that, and it was amazing. It wasn't new. I really liked the fact that it wasn't new. It had all wood floors, it had really high ceilings, and the way that my husband and I decorated it, it was kind of, I mean, it was definitely spooky, but it was kind of, it was not modern, I'll say that. It was I don't know the right time period that it was, but yeah, it was, it kind of had that haunted house feel to it, if you know what I mean. If you think about a movie with a standard haunted house with like the cobwebs and stuff and spooky old furniture and stuff like that, that I loved that house. However, it was really, really hard to keep clean. And that because there were so many rooms and so many things that could be dirty or dusty or whatever, so it was hard to keep clean. So the house that I have in Kansas City now is smaller, and it's a 2-bedroom, and we have it decorated similarly to the bigger house, but it's a lot easier. Well, I was gonna say it's a lot easier to keep clean. It doesn't take as much time to clean it. I'll put it that way. As far as furniture goes, I really like the old, that spooky look for the furniture. So I'm not terribly picky about it. I just want it to be comfortable, and I think most people said that who answered this topic. I just want it to be comfortable. The furniture that I have, I think mostly came from, it was secondhand or, thrift store or whatever. So, yeah, I'm not picky about that. And then, do I like the city or the country or somewhere in between? I'd say I'd like to live in a city where it's easy to get to the country. Does that sound crazy? So what I mean is, like here in Chicago, it's city. It's city and city for miles and miles and miles. In Kansas City, there's definitely a city there, and it's not a cow town. I mean, it is a cow town, but it's not just a cow town. It's got a beautiful skyline and, it's bit tall buildings and all that stuff. But then you don't have to go very far to get out of the city. And you don't have to go very, very much farther to get to where the cows are. So, yeah. So I really like that. And what I'm saying basically is that I miss Kansas City. Now I also loved Georgia. I love the trees and the greenery and the, you know, all the things that go along with the South, except for the heat. Don't like the heat. I was trying to think what other questions I had listed to ponder. But I talked about furniture and temperature and climate, I guess. Um, I really do like the mountains, and Missouri and Kansas do not have mountains that I know of. If they're there, I've never seen them. But there is a giant river. The Missouri River is awesome, and I love water. I don't necessarily want to live near a beach just because it's hot. But I do love the ocean. I love to see the ocean. I love this giant lake, Lake Michigan, that's close to me right now. But I do like Chicago. So, I don't know. But as far as where I want to be all the time, I would say somewhere like Kansas City where there's city, there's country, there's really, really country, and there's, you know, somewhere in between. So that's my preferred. Those are my preferred things. Mode of travel. Maybe I didn't list that as a question, but you can go off on your own at Spooky University and talk about what you want. So my preferred mode of travel, I used to really like to drive. Luna, stop it. What are you doing? Are you crazy? I used to like to drive, but I don't want to drive in Chicago. No, thank you. I'd like to be in a car. I like to go on road trips and stuff, but I just don't want to drive. And the train was really fun at first, but the longer I've been here, the less I want to be on the train, just because it's gross and it's smelly. And people are very close to you. I love motorcycles, but for most of my life I rode on a motorcycle with my dad. And yeah, but I do like motorcycles. And then I like to fly. I think we've already talked about this, but I like to fly, but I don't like all the stuff that leads up to it. Security and having to get up early to get to the airport and stuff like that. I don't like the stuff that surrounds. So my mom is texting me, so I'm gonna come back in a minute and finish up this Spooky University. I'll be back in a second. All right, I'm back. Luna's back also. Okay, so there were bonus questions this time, and they were to name 3 things you're good at, and you could do both, 3 things that you like about yourself. So 3 things that I think I am good at are computer stuff, anything to do with computers, usually. I think I might be good at cooking. I mean, as long as there are really good directions to follow, there it is. I'm good at following directions. And I am good at helping people when they need help. Okay, maybe not. Timber. What else am I good at? Being goofy. I think that's a good one. What are 3 things that I like about myself? Well, I like that I am caring. I do really care. Sometimes I don't like that though, but when I get hurt. I like that I love animals. Right, Luna? And I like that that third one though is hard, isn't it? What else do I like about myself? I guess I like that I'm goofy. I like that I always try to see, I guess I like that I always have hope. I think that's going to be my final answer. I like that I always have hope, because I really do think there always is hope, and I'm always pretty optimistic about things, even though there are times that I get pessimistic about things. I do find though that the older I get, the more pessimistic I get. So I try to stay optimistic, and I try to stay hopeful, and I feel like as long as there's hope, there's something, you know? All right, before I go getting all sentimental and sappy, which is also something I'm very, very good at, I'm going to wrap this one up. This was my response to Spooky University. If you haven't gone over and checked out Spooky University, you should totally go and join in on the conversation. You can comment or make a video or both or whatever, and I'd love to see you over there. All right, have a good night or good day or whatever, wherever you are, and have a great week. It is Sunday night, so have a great week, and I will talk to you all later. All right, bye.